So, an update from my previous video about the development of the subsystem for the DualSense controller in Unreal Engine. After a lot of trial and error, I've finally been able to get some promising results using the subsystem that I'm developing, and we're finally able to directly communicate with the DualSense controller through Unreal Engine through my library system. I'm currently in the middle of rewriting the DualSense 2 testing system that I wrote just for testing purposes. But we've done it. We've actually done it. We've succeeded in being able to enumerate and properly detect this device without using the Windows interface plugin that Epic has provided, which is shit. No offense to Epic. But I tell you something, it's taken a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of jars of coffee. Big up to Nescafe for helping me through this progress. But if I give you a little sneak peek of what I'm doing, so let's take a look into this screen. Oh, my camera seems to be upside down. To apologise. Let me rotate that 180 degrees. There we go. Right. So this is the version 3 subsystem that I'm developing right now. We do actually have the full version 2 system, which is here. So the full version 2 system includes everything from analog RAWs, console configurations, core API wrapper, diagnostic systems, raw input systems, frame buffers, gyro enumerations, diagnostics, gyro panel renderers, subsystems for the deadband, gyro attitude and altitude, raw input acceleration for the gyroscopes, a custom light effects system, privacy manager to disable the microphone. Very important. Privacy is at the forefront of what I'm developing. Customizable trigger haptic systems and all that good stuff. Now this obviously was built upon DSW5, which isn't great. It's not the best, but it works. It provides that enumeration from reverse engineering. So credit to those people who actually contributed to that, because they did a really good job with that. But I've built upon it massively. Obviously this was the version 2. This was just for testing and development purposes. What I'm doing now is I'm moving everything over to a version 3 system, and just to prove a point that we are able to enumerate the device in Unreal Engine, here's an example of the blueprint system. So this is a blueprint that uses the DSW5 subsystem that I've developed on top of the DSW5 enumeration layer that's out there on GitHub, which this is just a test purpose, which allows us to drag in an event begin play to enumerate a DualSense device, which is this. So it scans the system at a system level for the device. As you can see, it returns a list of detected DualSense device paths. So, and then it runs a for each loop, and then it prints a string to the screen on the editor window over here. So if I move this over here, right, so obviously the controller isn't switched on right now, but it's plugged in, so it's connected to the computer. So if we run this, it still detects that the controller is there. So at the top of the screen we can see it's printing the device path through this subsystem onto the screen there. So if we turn that off, and then if we disconnect the controller, right? So controller is disconnected. We'll run the test again. Nothing comes on the screen, so it's not in the system, right? If we turn it on via Bluetooth, so the controller connects via Bluetooth to the computer, then we can run it again, and we get the Bluetooth human interface device layer. If we have it connected, so lights are on, it now detects both the Bluetooth enumeration and the physical connection path, which is great. This provides a direct hardware interface from Unreal Engine through the plugin system that I created, so which is built into Unreal Engine as a plugin. To show you the plugin, if we go up here, at the moment I'm using a custom DS5 wrapper plugin, which was basically bare minimum just to see it interface using just a raw DS5 layer. So using the raw DS5 system is how we're able to connect to it. But I'm going to be building upon that and creating a whole DualSense plugin for Unreal Engine, and it's going to be modular, it's going to be customizable, and you'll be able to purchase additional modules and plugins, customizable packs for it. So you'll be able to buy different vibration patterns, different light patterns, haptic patterns and stuff like that. You will get access to the core functionality to be able to use the device, so analogs, D-pads, buttons and everything, all that will come in as standard. But the ideal goal is to release this eventually within the coming weeks and months to the marketplace. It'll be reasonably priced for developers. For studios who want access to source code and everything, that'll be more expensive. But for the indie developers out there, it will come blueprint ready. So all you will have to do is just drop a blueprint in, connect it up, and that's it. Off you go. That's the idea anyway. The plan is to make sure that when you're not running the engine, so like if you're not got the plugin system running but it's activated, the plan is to let you be able to use the analogs to move around the scene as the developer. So the plan is to be able to use these buttons to help you develop a lot quicker or place assets and stuff like that. Taking inspiration from SimCity 4 with the way you could position things and then move things around. So the idea is to, if you position an object, usually you have to use the mouse and position it manually. Now if you can be able to load it up in the content browser, press a button, it puts it into the scene, and then you can hold a bumper button and then modify where you want it using the D-pads and stuff like that. That's the idea for later on down the line. But for the moment we're going to be focusing on getting core functionality working with the DualSense controller inside of Unreal Engine. And ultimately I think what this is going to achieve for developers in Unreal Engine is something remarkable and something that's never been quite done before. So at the moment it's only going to be focused on single use, so no split screen or multiplayer functionality just yet, because quite frankly I only have one controller to work with. When I get access to additional controllers, then I'll be able to work on a multi-configuration system, which again that'll be a module that you can purchase and buy. if you don't need multiplayer, or be able to do split screen or stuff like that, then the single use version of it would be applicable. I think we're gonna, after all the programming and everything's done, we're going to be releasing it at maybe £59, which is virtually about the same price of the controller itself. So if you want to develop on it outside of Sony, that's going to be the cost for £59, and you can be able to reuse that for any future games, wherever. That's it, Plus this enables PC based development for the PlayStation 5 controller on PC, so completely separate from the PlayStation 5 system, but you'll still be able to access quite a lot of the features through reverse engineering, because why shouldn't you be able to? Obviously, I think people should be paid for their work and the effort and the time that they put into making something usable and accessible to people, and I think it will work really well. For studios, if you want access to source code and everything and all the finer details, that'll be £249 for a license, and that license will be a lifetime license, and it'll come with future updates and stuff like that. But for independent developers, you'll be looking at maybe £49 to £59. Additional modules priced between £10 and £15 each, based on your needs and what you want to use them for. For the development world, this is going to be a game changer. It is a game changer, and it's something that I've worked really hard to achieve, and I thought I'd share it with the rest of you. Made by yours truly, the real King James. Something with a royal seal of approval by the rampant red lion and the descendant of the king, doing something for the community. And yes, why shouldn't I earn a few quid by doing it? By opening up this controller to everybody who wants to develop games using specifically this controller. This controller is a million times better than this controller. This controller is already supported. It's rubbish. It's turd. It's not as powerful as this. This controller is a million times better than this one. And if you had the choice to choose between the two, which you didn't have, you now have. So whereas you can use the basic inputs and all this, the tactile buttons, and this you get all the feedback, the rumbles, the lights, the haptics, the triggers. It's a lot more feature worthy than this controller, and I think ultimately people are going to love it. So if you're into game development like me, you like tinkering, you like coding, and you want to be able to use the Unreal Engine with the DualSense controller without all the messing around, then like and comment and subscribe to this video. I'll keep you updated as the progress goes along. Thanks for watching.